Oh, trot on again. I just slowed down there so she could work out that it was a digger. Wonder if we'll have the dog today barking. I don't think he's around. Well, if he's not around, I might turn the camera off and turn it on again when we get to the forest. Oh, the dog is here, and he's very good in what he does. He gets the horses used to it. And he's quite a big dog. He's a Doberman. Oh, he's given up, because normally he comes along here as well. Oh, here he is. No, he can't be bothered. Right, okay. Right, come on, Nini. Oh, here's a nice polite van driver, but they're not always as polite as him. There. Good girl, Nini. She says, oh, a horrid van. Well, here we are in the forest. Are you there, Nini? She says, I am. I'm doing my best, but Higgins has got longer legs. Right, so we might do a little trot down here. It's good to trot them down the hill, for them to keep him balanced and in a rhythm. Right, and trot on. There's a man in the woods. That'll be good for Higgins to see. He probably won't mind. There's a man in the wood. Always sort of catches them out. And they think somebody's gone out of sight, and then they come into view. That's why it's the rider's job to correct them, to stop them, spinning round or shooting off to the side. And that's why straightness is so important, because when they're truly straight, it's really, they don't come off the straight line in the same way as they can do before then. Come on, Hig, I know you're tired. Well, this is probably the last video, or one of the last, but maybe the last, because Higgins will be going in a girl. Right, we're just going to trot past these log piles, because that's good for them. And Nini hasn't come along here ever. Because it's been blocked all winter, so we haven't been able to come up here, so she's seen this for the first time. So she'll be alright with things like that. She's not actually a spooky ride, unless it's a van or a lorry, something like that. So she's a good girl. Come, Hig, leave some room for Amy. So this is when I use my stick on his shoulder, and it just reminds him to keep on the right of the track. I have got my left leg there, but they don't always, they sometimes switch off from the leg, especially when they're tired, and Higgins is tired. He's had quite a hard week, so he says, let's walk. That's a pheasant. Right, come on then. Right, there's enough room to come through here, one horse at a time. Yeah, so this was blocked off all winter. I think it would have been pretty muddy actually, don't you?
Yeah.
And up ahead we've got a solitary piece of wood in the middle of the track with a white piece of plastic or something on it, and that's not normally there, and they'll be fine about it. But it's this sort of thing, horses, when they see something different in a familiar situation, you know, just standing there immovable, you know, they can think, what on earth is that? So that's during those sorts of times, if a horse is saying, what on earth is that ahead, because some of them will, they'll really look at it and think, I don't like it, and not only that, the white bit flutters a little bit, you know, when the wind gets it. And that's when they need a lot of support, so the rider needs to know which side they're going to take the horse, whether it's on the right or the left, and in this case we're going on the right. And I expect Higgins, and I will support him, but I expect him to go through with his head absolutely straight, which he's done. Now, this is the other barrier that has come down. They've just got up like surveyor's tape. So for horses that just hack in the forest, they've never seen surveyor's tape, but these horses have met it many times in the village, and so they'll be fine. But this is why, you know, we don't come out. Now he's just looking a little bit at it, so just a little bit, so I've got my legs on and I'm just keeping his head straight like that. That's it. And Nini will follow on behind. Now this is a nice uphill bit here. No, there's no birds in the hedge. Are you going to stand? Yes. This is a nice uphill bit, and it's always good to do your first canters with a gradient going uphill as opposed to on the flat. It's easier for the horse to get into canter, and they're less likely to rush off. So Nini will canter behind or in front or beside, but kind of wanted to be side or in front, just, you know, for purposes of the camera. Right, okay, so we'll walk on now. I'll have a little trot. Have a little canter. Oh, Nini's gone through mud in the canter. Wow. Right, we'll come back to trot, and then another canter again. Forward to canter again. Good. Good girl. Higgins wants to trot, but I'm being really mean. Okay, you can trot. Good girl, Nini. You're a good girl. Well, we'll just stop here a minute. I'll just take him over here because there's a tyre. It's not normally there. Right, and so now we're heading, that's home down here, so we just stand for a minute so that they don't think, oh, I'm going to rush home.